Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're really excited to do another industry spotlight for you all today. I'm really incredibly excited to have Linda Warner, the director of product with Goway, here to chat a little bit about travel trends, a little bit about Goway's product. Linda, thank you so much for lending me some of your time today. I know it's always an exciting time with Goway, and I really appreciate you giving us some insights today.
No, thank you very much for having me.
So I know we want to talk about Goway sort of building product or crafting trips in order to fit into what's driving travel demand, what's driving traveler passion. I was hoping you could sort of start us off with an overview of this. Like, how does Goway craft trips that appeal to what travelers are looking for? Because I know those traveler wants and needs are constantly changing.
You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, developing itineraries that really resonate with travelers, it starts with knowing the traveler, which is something that we really prioritize. We put a lot of effort into post travel follow ups to gain valuable and honest feedback from the travelers about what they loved, what we want more of, and also what we can do better. We have very strong relationships with our trade partners who are often the first to hear about travel trends, what's missing, and even what's coming next, possibly. But ultimately, we know our destinations inside and out. And that, along with our strong relationships with local suppliers and our tourist boards, really helps us stay on top of how destinations are evolving. And of course, social media, it plays a huge role in shaping travel aspirations. So we keep a close eye on what's happening online. So all those things combined with behavioral data helps us evolve our products based on travelers' preferences and not just guesswork.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm curious how that directly impacts sort of Goway's product offerings or like how you're building your itineraries or your offerings for the next year or so. Like, how does Goway incorporate these trends into its development?
Do you know what? Trends are a great source of inspiration, but it's just as important to keep trips authentic. So while we pay attention to trends, trends on destinations or styles, we try to weave them in naturally. It's about finding that balance between what's trending and what has lasting appeal.
Okay. So one trend I've been writing about, it seems like for a decade, and I know COVID was in sort of in the middle of that decade, but wellness seems to be a really big trend. I'm reading a lot about not just even traveling, but in general life wellness seems to be something that consumers are favoring now and are really valuing. And I'm curious, is this something Go Away seeing too? Are you seeing that wellness is one of these hot travel trends? And then if it is, how is Go Away really incorporating wellness into its marketing and into its offerings?
Absolutely, we are. And you know what? I think it stems from we live in this busy modern world, and everybody's looking to, detox a little bit and go back to nature. But yeah, last year we introduced a new product line called Ultimate Wellness, and the itineraries within this product line they have wellness at their core. They include accommodations that focus on well-being, and the experiences that we've seeked out and that we've added really benefit both mind and body and soul, if you will. Things such as, yeah, spa treatments, yoga sessions, chakra balancing, nature bathing, cooking classes, cooking sessions, and of course, physical activities such as hiking. But we're finding overall travelers are seeking out well being experiences, even if just sprinkled throughout their itinerary. It doesn't have to be a fully wellness focused itinerary, of course. Many people are just seeking a slower pace of travel, sort of that linger longer, human connection, mindful experience that really change you. It is sort of a trend that we're definitely seeing when travelers are going abroad. And a little bit of pampering along the way.
Yeah.
People definitely do enjoy that. But we've really spent a lot of time seeking out experiences that bring balance, rejuvenation, reflection into any trip, even if it's not one of the ultimate wellness itineraries.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of studies about alcohol consumption like going down amongst the public, which is
Yes,
really interesting to
that's me
me. And it's
too.
interesting that that's sort of not invading travel, but it's sort of lending itself to traveler preferences as well. Like people seem to want to get away to almost repair themselves from the day-to-day grind, their day-to-day work, family life, things like that. So it's interesting that you're seeing that as well from go away consumers too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, what other travel trends are really driving Goway right now? Because I know there's got to be more than just wellness. I speak to a lot of travel companies, and I know travelers' preferences are consistently changing, like I mentioned.
Yeah, one of the big things that we're actually seeing right now is an increase in demand for women, solo women travel, and apparently online even there's been huge increase in Google searches for women only travel and solo women travel. So that's definitely something that we are closely looking at, and we're working on some women only small group departures, as well as within our on our FIT side, working on experiences that are specifically catered, to women, or that might be of interest to women. So that's definitely a trend that we're seeing, and that we're currently focusing on. Responsible travel. This includes like ethical wildlife encounters, sustainable practices. There's been a lot on the news recently on over tourism, and travelers are becoming, very, very aware of this. So we're definitely doing a focus on even primary destinations that might be a little bit busier, adding some off the beaten path destinations within their itineraries. Clients definitely are seeking that out. And also destination dupes, if you've heard of that. It's a destination that has become very popular. And is there, an alternative destination that offers similar experiences, but with less crowds? So we're definitely seeing that. And over in our groups only side of the business, we're seeing demand increase for multi-generational travel, as well as skip gen travel, which is grandparents traveling with their grandkids, which as a mom of three, I think that's a lovely idea. So yeah, we're definitely seeing different trends emerging this year.
So you are the second person in a matter of 2 days to talk about solo women travel to me and how that is just kind of exploding. So I think advisors really need to take note, because I know there's a constant search for a niche, like a successful, profitable niche for advisors. And I feel like solo women travel, we might be like on the verge of this becoming a huge niche for the industry. So it's really interesting to hear you say that. You mentioned off the beaten path destinations, destination dupes. I'm curious, are there any new destinations, or any destinations that are surprising to you when you see the consumer demand, or you see the interest from advisors? Like what specific destinations are really falling into the off the beaten path destinations, or even the destination dupe categories?
So for destination dupe, one that we're seeing, and I'm sure you've heard, so Japan, for example, has really, seen huge increase in demand over the last couple of years. So one there that we're seeing as a good destination dupe, or even in conjunction with, is Korea. They offer similar, sort of geography and cultural experiences. And the cherry blossoms, in the spring cherry blossoms, that is a peak season for Japan. And Korea also has stunning, cherry blossoms. So we're definitely seeing that as sort of a destination dupe. From an island standpoint, when we're looking at Bali, for example, incredible destination, but hugely popular. And when we compare it to something like Sri Lanka, perhaps, while different in culture, still it's that small island with huge varying degrees of cultural experiences. And yeah, Sri Lanka, definitely we're seeing hit the map again. It's a great place to explore.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned over tourism is driving a lot of these decisions, and I think it's not just that you don't want to contribute to these negative aspects of tourism in these big European cities that are maybe experiencing this backlash, but it seems like your experience is going to be better if you're in a environment that's maybe more authentic, less crowds, more experiential, which I know a lot of travelers are gearing to sort of move into as well.
Yes, no, we're definitely seeing that. And even if they are continuing to go, with the destination that they have chosen, is to add one or two extra destinations within their itinerary. Even if we're talking Italy, there's parts of Italy, that are not seeing this huge increase in tourism. So let's add that into your itinerary as well, so you get the contrast of both of those areas.
Yeah, I really like you mentioned Korea. I think Korea is going to be the big destination for 2026. I can like call it now, because Japan has just
K-pop.
exploded. Yeah, and Korea seems to in the same region, also a very authentic culture, an area that seems unexplored by a lot of North Americans. So I think you're right at spot on with Korea.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, Linda, thank you so much for giving me some insights, talking a little bit about Goway, a little bit about what's happening. It was really nice to talk to you.
Daniel, thank you so much.